Saturday morning, time for the Experts program here on Power Talk Radio, 1460 AM, 101.1 FM. And Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us once again. Luis, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, my friend. How are you today?
Well, doing good. Looking forward to lots of college football this weekend and NFL football. Understand that the 49ers regular starting quarterback, Brock Purdy, will be behind center this Sunday. He's been off, I think, about 6 games.
Yeah, turf toe is a real painful injury. A lot of people think, well, it's just a toe. It's not that big a deal. But if you can't plant your foot because of the pain in that toe, then as a quarterback, you're kind of hampered. So I think it's a good sign that he's going to be playing. That means that he's fully healed from that particular injury. And we can expect that the Niners are still in pretty good shape. Mac Jones has done a nice job in his absence, in Purdy's absence. So let's see if they can continue piling on the wins.
And you know something? One thing that the 49ers discovered is that they have the best backup quarterback in the NFL. That if they need, they didn't really lose all that much with Mac Jones in there. They had a great record with him. I think they were 4-2 in those 6 games. And I think he threw 12 touchdown passes to 6 interceptions. So a 2-to-1 ratio, not bad for a backup.
Yep, not bad at all.
Yeah. Hey, your Miami Dolphins did pretty good last weekend, didn't they? A big surprising win.
Talk about a shocker. I wasn't expecting it. They always play the Bills tough, but Buffalo is a really, really good team with a very good offense. Their defense has been a little suspect this year, but with Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, behind center, you always expect that they're going to be competitive. So for the Dolphins to pull off an upset, and especially a 30-13 upset, that was pretty good. It was a lot of fun to watch. I got to say that.
And was this with their interim coach? Because didn't they fire their head coach a couple weeks ago?
No, they kept the coach, but they fired the general manager.
Oh, okay.
So, they decided, changing the coach at this point, that probably doesn't change the trajectory of the team, just introduces more chaos. So why not let him finish the rest of the year? But a lot of the issues that the Dolphins have are really about personnel and just some poor choices. And those are all the general manager's decisions. So that's why they decided that they want to go in a different direction with that guy.
Hey, we got a lot of topics to talk about on the Saturday program today. One thing I want to open with is the topic of porch pirates. I was looking on social media the other day, and there was an incident of a porch pirate hit a home over in Delray Oaks, and the person got their picture on the Ring camera. In fact, this individual it's a woman, she has a distinctive tattoo on one of her hands, so they're hoping that they can identify her by that. But that brings to mind that we're heading into the holiday season. People are going to be ordering lots of things to be delivered at home, and that means that porch pirates are going to be basically cruising our neighborhoods looking for boxes to steal off of our porches. So what's the best way to protect ourselves, particularly if we're not going to be home during the day?
Yeah, so one of the things you can do or consider doing is if you're ordering from Amazon, for example, you can use an Amazon locker at Whole Foods, which means that your package will be delivered to a safe, secure location, and then you can just drop by there to pick it up. Another thing you can do is a lot of these services allow you to subscribe to a way that you can allow somebody to open the garage door to put your packages in the garage, even when you're not home. But try as much as possible to make sure that if you're ordering something, usually they give you a date certain that it's going to be arriving. Make sure that you're home that day or that somebody's home so that if a package arrives, you get to bring it in the house before it can be taken away.
And one of the other things, too, is not only does Whole Foods offer those Amazon lockers, but a number of other stores have Amazon lockers. If you're using UPS or FedEx, there is always the option of having the package delivered to the nearest FedEx or UPS store in your neighborhood, and then you go there and pick it up. I think it costs maybe a little bit more to do it that way, but it's probably worth the peace of mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if we all tend to order a bunch of stuff during the holidays. So make sure that you protect that stuff and don't have a bad holiday season because somebody stole your toys.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed that's a big thing now, I'm also seeing this on social media, is booby-trapped packages that are bogus packages that people are leaving on their doorsteps as a means of humiliating the porch pirates. And I've seen some of these where they show these Ring videos where the person comes up to the porch, they steal the package. As they're running away, it explodes in their face. In some cases, it's nothing more than glitter. In other cases, it's paint, and they're covered with paint. And there was one where the porch pirate, a lady, stole the package. She got into her car, and the thing exploded, and the paint is all over the vehicle. And another one that they did this with was the person booby-trapped the package with dog poop, and it exploded in the person's car. I thought, well, that's one way of making a point, getting even with them. So, and the thing that's amazing is that some of these porch pirates Lewis, they feel so justified in stealing other people's property that they're like, they come back up the walkway, they're screaming at the Ring camera, recording their audio, that they're going to sue. How dare you do this to me? Like, excuse me? I'm sorry. Yeah. I think we're a little unclear on the concept here, but it just shows that there's some people, particularly criminals, they have a real attitude of entitlement.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can't fake it that way.
Hey, let's jump into a couple of topics that we have today. One is that big tech is paying millions to train teachers on AI in a push to bring chatbots into American classrooms. What's going on with this?
So this is an effort by a lot of the big tech companies, Microsoft, Google, and others, to make sure that teachers understand AI. They know that this is a transformative technology that is, we can't wait years for teachers to kind of catch up and start teaching it. So instead, what they're doing is they're funding a lot of education for teachers and working with the teachers unions to form partnerships where they provide the funding and the technology. So like, for example, free use of ChatGPT or free use of Copilot for instructors so that they can develop curriculums that include AI as part of the learning journey for kids in K through 12, rather than just ignoring it completely or letting the kids go off and figure it out on their own. So it's a good thing, I think, because teachers really they're the front line of education. And if they need to get some additional help to teach kids how to use artificial intelligence tools and chatbots, I think it's a really, really good thing.
All right. Also, we understand that, and this is a story from Gartner, it comes out of Barcelona, Spain, that the Gartner group says leaders must create 4 scenarios for human AI collaboration at work. Now, their viewpoint, Lewis, is that AI will not cause a jobs apocalypse, but it will unleash job chaos. I think those two are a little too closely related. Yeah. And that AI would create more jobs than it eliminates. Over 32 million jobs will be transformed each year. AI can first only succeed when it is people first. So dive into some of that for us.
Yeah, so we've seen AI already have a disruptive influence in our economy. A lot of jobs that have been lost because of AI. A lot of companies announcing that they're embracing AI and that therefore they're not going to be either growing their human population or reducing that. For example, Amazon recently said that they see that their growth will continue, that is overall top line growth, but their employees will remain basically static because they hope that AI and automation is going to allow those employees to do more with less, so to speak. So that's one approach. We've also seen that AI is displacing a lot of kind of low-level, entry-level positions. So those folks that are coming out of college or coming out of high school and are expecting to get an internship or maybe get a job as an apprentice, they might find themselves not having those positions available. So as businesses, we have to be prepared to provide a kind of a balance between how many people we need and how we use AI, and whether AI is an enabler or is going to be something that will allow businesses to make do with fewer employees. But there's a lot of scenarios, and I do agree with Gartner's conclusion that jobs won't necessarily go away, but in the short term, I think it is going to be somewhat chaotic and have an impact in the short term in job numbers.
And I think one thing that we all have to keep in mind is that the jobs that tend to get eliminated are those that can be done by automation or chatbot. And so you have to think about, your career path, but also at the same time, those who are foisting this new reality upon the world, they have a pretty heavy responsibility. I think society is going to be expectant of them to, okay, so what are you going to do to make this right? What are you going to do so that we can make sure that those who have been dispossessed, not able to work anymore or have their jobs taken away, what can be done to ensure that these people can be productive members of society? How do we accomplish that? And that's really the trick. I think that the technology in a way is kind of easy. The really hard part is how do people get reoriented, retrained to jobs that are productive and useful?
Exactly. And I think that's going to be the key for the rest of this decade is retraining these folks to give them a purpose and give them an opportunity to find new jobs that will be created. AI will create a whole bunch of new careers, trust me, jobs that we don't even know exist right now. But we need to have people ready to be trained to fill those positions.
Exactly. All right. That's Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us today on Power Talk Radio. Online, you'll find them at alvareztg.com. At AlvarezTG is their X handle. Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-Team. That's 866-784-8326.
And looking ahead to Monday, Monday, is there a new cholesterol drug on the horizon that will be a game changer?
Yeah, for those of us that are taking statins, you might want to tune in to see that how we can potentially eliminate that.
The fun starts Monday morning at 8:30 right here on Power Talk Radio. Louis, thank you so much and have a great rest of the weekend.
You too, my friend. Take care.